Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, should I get started?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so my first question to you is, could you tell us what your company has done so differently to be employee's choice company?
Well, I don't know whether I can myself say we've done something differently. It's essentially the experience of the employees which matters and not our actions. And as an organization which understands the value that each employee brings in, and the team member, whether they are in sales, whether they're in operations, or even the service departments, each one brings their share of the value as team members. So the company recognizes that value, and accordingly, our interactions are based with each other. Now, if employees have experienced us as somebody who's a valued organization, who is also somebody that they prefer, it's essentially driven by their experience and not by what we have done differently. I don't think we think that we have to do something different than what everybody else is doing. So the philosophy essentially is to see that how all these valued contributors who are there to the common cause are essentially going to be treated within the organization and what their experience would be like. So
Okay,
if the
yes.
focus is that, I guess the end result is automatic.
Okay, that's nice. Also, can I please request you if you could switch on your camera by any chance?
That may not be possible, yeah, because I'm out and it's going to be
All right, all
shaky,
right,
and I'll have to hold it in my hand, which can
all
be
right, all
very
right.
tough,
No
you know.
problem. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So, moving forward, I also wanted to ask you, could you tell us the vision of the company for people and business?
So the vision of the company is essentially our mainline business is real estate development. So the vision of the company has already been articulated in the sense that we want to produce homes and office spaces which our customers dream of. And we have to produce a high quality product for them. So that's essentially, I've just paraphrased our vision, but it is worded slightly differently. But that's the gist, essentially fulfilling customers' dreams of being in functional and beautiful spaces, whether it's home or it is workspaces. That's really the vision of the organization.
Okay, that's good to hear. Also, how has We Matter helped your company to improve employee engagement and well-being?
So we Matter actually gave us a framework for measurement as to how the team members are actually experiencing us and how they are feeling on a regular basis on various parameters. So that's I think a very big help because usually uh, you don't really have clear frameworks through which you can measure an employee experience, and I think that's been a big help for us.
Okay. And as a CEO of an organization, what is your view on employee engagement and its impact on the business?
Well, that's the only thing which matters because anything you are trying to do will get done through people,
Yes.
and so each one's got their role clarity in that sense as to how their effort adds up to the overall. You just asked me about the vision as well as the shorter term goals that we may have. We may have a strategic plan, which could be a 5-year plan, then annual plans, monthly plans. Even we have daily plans as to how customers should experience us. So each of these parameters and measures which are there, it's the team members or employees, quote unquote, are the ones who are actually delivering this. So they make all the difference. In fact, they are the most important cog in the wheel.
Okay, that's good to hear that you have this perspective. So, what does leadership mean to you, and how will you describe your leadership style?
Uh, now that's a That's a very vast area and subject
Yes.
that you we are trying to cover. But if I was to summarize it quickly in one or two sentences,
Yes.
simply put, I have just two, three things in my head when I'm thinking of leadership. One is how should I make myself redundant, that I am not needed at all. So that's the first thing which is always in my mind. Second is, if at all I'm needed, my role has to be of a coach, and people should feel comfortable and free to approach me and ask me all the difficult questions or relevant questions which will help them fulfill their respective roles. And the third thing is, how am I adding value to people around me? I think that's how I would summarize. I think that should cover the entire gamut of my leadership style, what it means for me, and how it has evolved over the years. I mean, it was different at different points in time, but eventually, this is the space I am currently in. That's how I view it.
Okay, that's good to hear. How have the initiatives driven by We Matter insights impacted business?
Well, I think, like I mentioned earlier, we've got some kind of a framework for measuring how employee experience is. So we have been able to identify certain areas where we need more work, and we've been able to identify certain areas I could say are our strength areas. So that again gives us an action plan as an entire organization as to we should continue doing the things that we are experienced as good by the team members, and how could we enhance that experience going forward.
Okay.
Then the other areas that we've got is where we need improvement, and then there we put initiatives in place. If we need outside help, we have even got outside help. There has been a deep introspection which has happened. Even we've involved even the team members as part of the solution as to how they think that we could fix this. And I mean, fortunately, we haven't found any areas which we should stop doing. So if I was to apply the framework of stop, start, and continue, continue, of course, is pretty strong,
Yeah.
and some of the areas we have to start on. And I don't think we identified any areas where we had to stop doing things that we were doing which were not being experienced favorably by the team members.
Okay. Okay. What do you consider your biggest achievement?
My achievement or organization's achievement?
Personal or professional? Both will do. Any of it.
Well, my personal achievement, I think, would be that I've lived a healthy life so far, and I think I would stop there. The rest of it is all adjuncts to that. And as far as organization is concerned, I think our achievement, there have been many, many achievements that we have done, and all thanks to the team members who have contributed to this. We have a 5 year strategic plan in place. So the team has been so energetic and gung ho that every year we've stayed ahead of the plan. So on a cumulative basis, we are quite ahead of our plan. Even on delivery to our customers, the journey has been pretty good. The first project that we delivered 2 years ahead of the RERA timelines, which is a first in the country. Nobody has done it ever in the history of real estate in India. So there have been many other milestones also that we have achieved as a team. And I think the other big thing is that this team celebrates a lot. So every small, big thing we celebrate, on an average, we must be having a celebration a month at least at a larger team level. And that's, the smaller team levels, I don't know how many they must be doing on their own, so which I don't even get to know about.
Okay.
So, hmm.
Okay, fair enough. What message would you like to give to young leaders and entrepreneurs?
I think it'll be very presumptuous of me to try and give message to others. Each
Yeah.
organization is unique, each leader is unique, each situation is so unique.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing which I would say is that uh, leaders uh, really need to be centered when they are looking at any situation, because when the going is good, leaders are not really needed. Things are happening on their own. They're doing well. Leaders are really, they play a good and pivotal role only when things are not going too well, and that's where they need to jump in. So that's where they need to be really centered. They need to be calm about things, so that the perspective is never lost. You're never reacting to situations. So
Okay.
if you keep that, then any situation, any leadership style or other things, I think anything can work as long as you have that perspective.
Okay, that is, I got a perspective. And so my last question for you is, what are three words that you would use to describe We Matter and its work?
Three words to describe. Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Three words that you would use to describe We Matter and its work.
Uh, Three words. Okay.
Yeah.
I think one would be value addition. That will be the first thing which comes to my mind. Second is proactive. Is has been my experience with them. And the third one, I'm struggling here now for the third one. I think, can we limit it to two?
Yes, yes, sure. I think that's okay. Okay,
Thank you. Thank
so
you for that concession. Yeah.
yeah, that is that you spare time for us. Thank you for that. That's the least I could
No,
do.
no,
So
you're
thank you
most
very
welcome.
much. So this is, I have everything I needed. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay, okay. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Same
Bye.
here. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.